For more on this, let's bring in Fox News contributor Dan Hoffman. He's a former CIA chief of station. We had the update this morning from the military perspective on what they consider as the successes so far. How would you assess the intelligence?
Well, I think the intelligence has been extraordinary. I think the key to the precision strikes that we've launched on Iran's ballistic missiles and their drone capability, the nuclear program, that all hinges on human source intelligence, signals intelligence, and overhead reconnaissance. Those are the eyes and the ears for the U.S. military to be able to launch those strikes. Now, Director CIA Ratcliffe is on the hook to report on internal Iranian regime dynamics. We still haven't seen the new supreme leader. There are questions, I think, about whether he might simply be a figurehead for hardline IRGC commanders. Iran's plans and intentions right now critical for Secretary Hegseth and the warfighting team. Understanding Iran's intentions in the Strait of Hormuz and beyond, important for us as we continue this war effort.
Can you talk about a little bit more about in terms of the Ayatollah? Because, as you said, no proof of life per se. President Trump had thoughts he was on with Kilmeade. Watch here.
Finally, we hear from the Supreme Leader in a long statement. We don't see him. He doesn't read the speech. They say he wrote the speech. First off, do you believe he's alive?
I think he probably is. I think he's damaged, but I think he's probably alive in some form, yeah.
And so once you have that information, if that is indeed what is the case in Iran, how does intelligence work from there?
Yeah, I think there are lots of questions that I think the President Trump security team is asking our intelligence community. Is the new Ayatollah, is Mujtaba Khamenei, fully functional? Is he actually able to put forth Iranian policy and deliberate in such a fashion that he's leading the IRGC the way his father did, or is it the other way around? Those are some critically, I think, important questions. For the Iranian regime, it's just about survival at this point. I don't think they care whether we bomb their country into oblivion. If they are able to exact enough pain on the West, on the United States, for the rise in the price of oil and shooting down soft targets like the oil refinery in Bahrain, then if they're able to survive, I think then they would consider this war for them even a success, because it will give them the chance to rearm and reconstitute. And it will force the United States down the road to do what the Israelis like to say, mow the grass again down the road if Iran seeks to reconstitute their ballistic missile or their nuclear program.
Okay, so then let me ask you about this. Can the intelligence community help reopen or make it more? I know that General Kane said that there are a few ships going back and forth in the Strait of Hormuz, but effectively closed. What can intelligence do to help the military open that back up?
Well, I think we can continue to launch strikes on Iran and deny them the ability to place the mines and keep Iran out of the Strait of Hormuz. That's extraordinarily difficult to do, but intelligence will feed into that process. And I think concurrently, if past is prologue, and what I've seen before with CIA is that the CIA is probably conducting, to the extent that they can, some back-channel negotiations and discussions clandestinely with Iranian officials. One thing we also don't know is the extent to which this hereditary succession, which Iran has always been against, might have split elements of Iran's security forces. And whether we might be able to take advantage of that to split off rival factions and perhaps down the road strike a deal. There's something out there in the offing for Iran, reducing or eliminating sanctions for them in return for giving up the ability to project power and aggression and terrorism overseas.
Dan Hoffman, I'm sure we'll be talking to you more through the weekend. Thank you so much. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.